Don't do that, Joe.
I won't, I'll be normal.
I'll be normal. Yeah. Can we? Actually, though.
Actually.
I don't even know what normal is.
Who's going first?
Shall I go first?
Go first because I can't think how I'm going to start. So
I went to college and I did all the usual studying and painting. But then when I left art college, I became quite disillusioned. My tutors, they really didn't like the work that I was producing. And they were very diplomatic, but not shy of telling me. And I think that being like a young teenager, taking that kind of criticism was quite difficult. I was quite sensitive. So I left art college and I decided to work in a florist because I thought offices weren't for me. I'm quite arty and I wanted to learn a trade. And I was a florist for 27 years. But I used to be in a band with 5 guys. Well, I was in multiple bands, but my first project that was just totally me was called Amy's Ghost. It was a really wonderful time of my life, and it's how I met my husband. I think at its peak, Adam and I got married in 2010, the same year as we played Reading Festival, and the same year as we released our first album. So he's also in the band. I was always creative with the band as well, so I think this need to express myself creatively is just really inbuilt in me. But then I had my lovely daughter, and I think that when you have kids, your priorities change, and also it becomes more difficult to be sociable. I mean, the band, so I had to slow it down, and sadly I had to say goodbye to the music for a while. So yeah, the art has definitely taken over from that now. I tell you what I do miss though, I miss, so I used to dress up I used to love getting ready, and I'd have like a bit of persona on stage, and I'd dress up as kind of like a Miss Havisham kind of character. So I had about 5 wedding dresses that I alternated and did up, and really heavy makeup. I used to make all the boys wear makeup as well, so they'd have like a Maori like eyeliner type face paint. If it was a very, very hot gig, they'd get a bit cross because it would go in their eyeballs, and then they'd cry. I got COVID during the first wave, which sadly turned into long COVID, and I was very poorly. I managed to stay out of hospital, but yeah, really ill. Being in the height of lockdown as well, being an extrovert and getting all your energy from lovely people, and then just literally just having 2 faces, you know, to talk to every day, apart from like Zoom calls and things. I found it really difficult. My husband took over homeschool for one day because he could see I was struggling, and he said, like, 1 day a week I'll do homeschool, and I was just like, thank you. He said, you can just do what you like, do some art, do what you fancy. Mm-hmm. During lockdown, Eva and I, my daughter, did a mural outside. It's actually on the side of the house. And she also decided, because it was quite a long space, that we would need a giraffe and a zebra. But they couldn't be just a normal giraffe and a zebra, because it used to be, before we got ill, we used to like have friends over and have little parties in the garden. So she said it needs to be a party garden. So it needs to be a party zebra and a party giraffe. So that was one of the first murals that I did. And then I met Jo at Caversham Art Trail, and she was one of the artists that were involved with the group that were exhibiting there, and she came and met me, and she bought one of my prints, and I was just so chuffed, because I was like, for another artist to like your work, that's just such a huge compliment. And then Jo messaged me and said, someone's asked me to do a mural, but I don't do murals, so can I give them your number? And I said, why don't you do murals? And then she said, because I'm just not used to working with that medium. And I said, but you're awesome, like next time just say yes and we'll just do it together. And then a little way along, I was asked to do a mural, but it was quite, it was going to be quite a physical one, because it was a Venetian plaster effect and it involved a lot of sponge work and a lot of standing, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be really tough. So I messaged Jo and said, hey, remember what we were talking about? Do you think maybe you might want to come and do a mural with me? And she was just like, okay. And then from the first day, I think that we just hit it off.
Mm.
Yeah, we just hit off, like, we were both trying to be very professional, and that
it just descended into giggles, but
yes.
because we were getting to know each other, and it was we already knew each other, but we were getting to know each other
and we realised she realised that I'm really silly.
So then we found we could just be comfortable with each other. We don't have to try and think, oh, hang on, I mustn't say that,
or Amy will be terribly offended.
Yeah, so we're just ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah,
and
that's
magic.
really lovely. That's really so nice,
really.
Yeah,
in a way. Yeah.
But I mean, thanks to Jo, the business has just really grown. You know, when I was little, I wanted to be an artist, and it's only now, after everything I've been through, that it's actually happened, and it's the best thing. But I just feel like I had to go through that journey to get to this point. And even though I've got long COVID, and even though I struggle, just having this business and working with Jo is just pretty magical.
It's like our two worlds collided at the right time.
Yeah,
because then
totally.
I wasn't doing the thing I was doing, and you're not doing the thing you used to doing. We both started something new and went, oh, hello.
Like that.
Like that. Yeah. So we collided at the right time. And I think for what I do, I think I'm just really grateful, and really everyday grateful to be doing something I actually love and makes my heart warm. It's like fueled by joy and love. And the right time.
Yeah, and timing. And I think that is something we have to thank COVID for as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
Because of the whole, like, we've realised this before when we talked about what brought us to this point. And it's like COVID and long COVID stopped me going down the path that I was going down. And the same with you. And then we just found each other.
And if only we could have known then, when COVID started,
oh gosh, it
would work
so
out.
Much more hope, because I was in a right state.
It was such a time of uncertainty, wasn't it? Yeah, when we all got told to stay in.
I feel as if mentally I'm like the best version of myself so far.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. That's a lovely thing, isn't it? High five.